Hey there, everybody. Matt Carter here.
I'm Jessica Carter from CARTERMATT.com.
This video is some early information about NCIS Season 17, Episode 15. This is an episode entitled Lonely Hearts. It's the Valentine's Day episode, and there's enough excitement around this to do a video on it right now.
Yes, I am really excited about this episode. I really love Valentine's Day. It's my absolute favorite holiday. Even when I'm not with somebody or I'm with somebody, I think that Valentine's Day is just such a special holiday because to me, I'm a real cheerleader for just love in general. Love of your family, love of your friends, love of your partner, love of yourself. I just think it's so cool to have a day where you celebrate how much you love people. And yes, I know there's lots of people out there that are like, meh, Valentine's Day, it's commercial, you have to buy stuff for people and all that. You don't have to do any of that. I think it's such a cool holiday or day to have that. Yes, we can love each other every day of the year and we should express it more, but it's nice to have a day that's specifically to celebrate the best thing in life. So having a Valentine's Day episode, I am totally here for this.
I love Valentine's Day episodes and stuff. I mean, I also love Valentine's Day, don't get me wrong. Thanksgiving is still probably number one on my holiday list, but Valentine's Day is up there. I enjoy Valentine's Day, and I think really it's all about like what's in your heart. You don't have to treat a holiday as cynical because other people are cynical about it. You can always find love and celebration in anything, and in this video we will talk about a possible celebration of love for one Jack Sloane. Do you have the car loaded up with the goodies? We're taking a drive to Slip Street, everybody.
I hope we are.
Let's hope.
Well, I don't need to drive anywhere. I live on Slip Street.
Oh, that's true. Okay, well,
you can take the river. I think that's the last time we heard you coming to Slip Street. You were taking a boat.
I don't know why I'm taking a boat on the river to Strip. I don't know why I'm just not in a car. But anyway, before we talk about anything here, if you like this video, be sure to give us a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any other updates. I mean, maybe with all the extra subscribers, I'll be able to find a different way to transport to Slip Street beyond via a boat. But no, the idea behind this episode is, at least in part, this might just be the B story for it, but Sloane is going to have a secret admirer. Discuss.
Yeah, I have two theories on it, and neither of them are Gibbs.
What is happening here? Okay,
now,
you give yours.
The thing. Okay, so here's the thing. I believe that something's already happened with Sloane and Gibbs, and they're adults. So if we're talking about someone who's like secret admirer, this is not Gibbs's jam. I just don't think he's gonna play the game that way. Do I think that this secret admirer is going to bring something out in Gibbs? Yes, I feel that this could be a catalyst for some other stuff to come up. The two ideas that I have for who it is.
Okay.
This is who I think it is. So I think it's either going to be her daughter.
Okay.
That's going to send something to her as sort of not a secret admirer, but like maybe without signing her name to it, because their relationship is still kind of it's not there. I mean, it's got some problems. They've made a tiny bit of progress, but it's possible that maybe her daughter wants to find a way to reach out and is like, I'm not ready to sign my name on it. I mean, it's possible that's that way. I've sent stuff to my mom on Valentine's Day. Like I said, I love, and it has to do with every type of love. That's the whole purpose of the day.
Yeah.
My other one that I'm kind of thinking it might be, and I'm leaning more towards that because, like you said, kind of B story stuff here with this. I think it might be The Office playing a bit of Cupid. And the reason why is because we've seen Sloane and Torres have a little bit of a thing in the elevator a little while back where he kind of called her out on her relationship with Gibbs. Yep. And at the end of that episode, we also saw the rest of them in the office kind of be like, oh yeah, there's totally something there with them. So I kind of wondered if maybe it was going to be something along those lines where they feel like they want to have a little bit of fun. They maybe are sending some stuff to Sloane kind of as a fun little like, hey guys, let's, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, let's get this thing going. And then she might think that it's Gibbs. She doesn't know who it is. It starts to kind of just turn into like a fun little office thing. That's what I kind of think maybe it could go.
Well,
I just don't think it's going to be anything that's really dark.
Well, no, I don't think it's going to be dark either. And I have not been on the same hill in regards to whether or not something has happened with Sloane and Gibbs, mostly because
you're just living in the denial. That's all right, man.
I'm not. I think it's just.
It happened.
I want to see it if it happens. And so with that...
We all want to see it. Just because it happened doesn't mean we're not going to see it later on.
Well,
we'll still see it.
I want the moment. I don't think we've had the moment yet, but...
Oh, there's no way we haven't had something happen. The way that they talk so close and touch each other... that's intimate. Something has happened.
Well, there's intimacy, but I think intimacy can mean a lot of different things, and I think they have an emotional connection. But I am going to co-sign, because what I was thinking was more along the lines of your second theory, but I'm going to narrow it down even more. I'm going to give you two people who I think are responsible for these shenanigans. I believe it is... Suspect 1, Timothy McGee, and Suspect 2, Eleanor Bishop. I believe, because Torres is not going to be bothered with this. Like, Torres isn't going to spend his time hiring a singing telegram for Sloane.
Yes and no. He was the one who was in the elevator that was kind of starting to poke that bear to be like, listen, I know you want to talk about me, let's talk about you, sort of thing. So... I could see Torres wanting to be part of that, like maybe them starting it off and him being like, what are you guys doing? Oh, we're doing this. Oh, I would like in on this.
I think Torres is the mole, and Torres is going to pass along what he knows to Bishop and McGee, and then when they ask him to contribute, he's going to be like, I already contributed, I told you the information.
Yeah.
And so I think Torres is just going to chill and enjoy some of the chaos that sort of unfolds here, because I could see McGee and Bishop doing the let's buy a giant teddy bear and put it in like Sloane's office.
Yep.
I want this to be like as over the top and ridiculous as possible.
Yeah, I think that it's going to be like that.
I mean, we could be totally off base. It could be something that's related to the case or somebody from her past that we haven't had a chance to know about.
Yeah, I think that it's... The reason that I wasn't leaning in the direction that it might be somebody from her past is that if it was somebody from her past, she's at the age now that any grown man that's going to be interested in her is not going to be sending her something and not putting their name on it. Or like if you're going to put yourself out there as an adult, it's not the same as it was in high school where you're kind of like worried that maybe that person's not going to like you, so you slip a Valentine in with no name attached to it. I just think that if it was someone from her past, that they would just come out and be like, listen, whatever, I made a mistake, or I've always loved you, or whatever it is, that they'll just come out and come out with it. I just have a hard time imagining a grown man playing that kind of game at that age. And I'm sure there are people out there that would be doing that, but just not on this show.
Well, what I'm trying to imagine now is what Gibbs looks like jealous of whatever is going on, because there is a scenario where I sort of see Gibbs sort of looking at the giant teddy bear in Sloane's office and just sort of being like, why is this here? Get it out, work only, and he's gonna like do that sort of thing, or he's gonna get all in a huff over it because he's upset that Sloane's got a secret admirer. I don't think he's gonna manifest his jealousy in a particularly healthy way.
Well, here's the thing that I'm actually a little bit worried about, and this is just because it seems that since Gibbs burnt that rule and things have been changing for him, and he's been a little more sort of loose and fast and free with his rules and with himself, and a lot of self-reflection, a lot of change. He's become a lot more grumpy this season than he's been in the past, and things seem to be like very quickly pissing him off. So I was actually a tiny bit worried that all of this stuff was not going to have my desired effect, which
Yeah.
is that he's going to be a little bit jealous, and maybe it's going to push him into maybe making a move or taking a step forward or having a conversation, like anything. That because he's been very short with everybody this season, I was kind of worried it was going to push him in the opposite direction, kind of like what happened with Bishop and Torres when he was like, oh, you're like a sister to me. Then it's just been like a desert as far as any moments between them. It's just like gone for right now. I think it's going to come back in this episode coming up, but it's been pretty dry. So I was a little bit worried that maybe it was going to go in that direction. I'm not sure what's been going on, why Gibbs is still so grumpy with this stuff, and I was kind of hoping that these changes were going to be a bit more positive for him.
I think they will be. I think it takes time to make change. And I think when you have to deal with change, you can become a real cranky pants along the way. And I think we will see cranky Gibbs for about 40% of this episode, and then he'll start to come around a little bit at the end. I don't think we're going to see Sloane and Gibbs together, but I think we can see a little bit of movement and continue these baby steps.
I'm going to throw something out there of the possibility that we are actually going to get something bigger than baby steps with Slibs. And the reason why is because it's airing in Sweeps. And last year during Sweeps, we had the big Ziva reveal and, that she was still alive. And there was like a big talk and all that sort of stuff. They had a lot of discussion happening because of it. They need a nice big moment coming up. They have the 400th episode coming up. They, of course, will have their big finale coming up. And they need something to get us talking for Sweeps. So I'm not expecting to see them kissing or any of this other stuff that's going to be going on. But it feels like we might have a little bit of a bigger jump forward than, maybe I'm just dying on Slibs Hill right here. But, well, that's my hope. That's my prediction. My prediction is we're going to have something.
Well, I hope you're right, because eventually the decorations on Slib Street, they're going to start to get a little bit faded in the sun. You've got them hung out everywhere.
We
so
are not talking anymore.
You gotta make sure that this happens soon. Otherwise, the block party runs the risk of being canceled. And nobody wants the block party to be canceled.
Listen, this is NCIS. So in general, we expect a slow ride into Slib Street.
Yeah.
This is fine. Nothing's getting old.
Well,
except you not joining the party.
I will be at the party. I have RSVP'd for the party. It's just we got to eventually get to the party.
But this is NCIS, and they drag stuff out. When it comes to romances, this will go on forever. It will get there eventually. The thing is that this show has been making so many changes in a really positive way with Gibbs and him, burning the rule and everything with Ziva and him even talking about retirement and what it means to him to be working and all these sort of things. I have some faith here that maybe they're not going to drag this out until the end of time and that they may just give us something, a spark, a flame, a little something.
Well, let's cross our fingers for that. And then also ask you guys, what do you think could happen for NCIS around Valentine's Day this year? Do you have high hopes for Slibs? Let us know in the comments. And if you do like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and you can support us further by checking that link in the description to the CARTERMATT store. And we'll see you here next time.